I'm Tracy from juicerecipes.com. And as you may know already, about 15 years ago, I had to go down a road of nutrition and natural healing and herbology. And so as I began to study and learn, I became absolutely fascinated with herbs and herbology. And I began to study many different herbalists, and I noticed a common thread among my favorite ones. And that was they all used cayenne pepper in their tinctures. And then I remember listening to a Dr. Schultz tape, and he said, if I only had two things to work with in all the world and nothing else, cayenne pepper would be one of them. So that caused me to ask why, because he wasn't the only one who said that. Dr. Christopher said that, and my personal herbalist friend, Rick, he has said the same thing. And so I wanted to find out why. So I began to study, and before I knew it, I had read book after book after book about cayenne pepper, and found some very interesting things that I thought you might enjoy as well. Years ago in the Old West, the herbalists of that day, when someone would bring them a person who had a deep cut or a gunshot wound, they would take this very hot cayenne pepper and mix it with water and make sort of a tea of it and give it to them, and they would drink it down, and before they knew it, before they even counted to 10, oftentimes the bleeding would either have slowed dramatically or stopped completely. And the reason for that is cayenne pepper regulates the blood pressure from the top of the head to the bottom of your feet. And so that causes the rapid bleeding to pull away from that area. And then another thing that cayenne pepper does is it helps break up congestion in the body, and it's an excellent fat burner as well. So Dr. Christopher once relayed a story. He was in his 80s when he passed away of an accident, but even at that age he was still going strong, traveling and doing lectures and doing things that many people his age had long stopped doing. He was nowhere close to retiring when he passed away, and so he was giving lectures, and there was a much younger man going along with him, and he saw that he had this vitality and this energy, and he said, Dr. Christopher, how do you keep up this pace? And so he began to tell him about the cayenne pepper and how he mixed that up in water every day and how it helped him tremendously. And he said, well, you know, my mother died of high blood pressure, and I have high blood pressure and I'm on medication for it. And he said, and he had hemorrhoids so bad that he had to wear a belt. And so he said, well, that stuff that you're taking there, will that help me? And Dr. Christopher said, only if you take it. And he gave him a hard time. He said, I don't think you're man enough to do it. And when Dr. Christopher walked out of the room, the young man reached over and started taking this cayenne pepper and using it. And a few months later, he came back and told Dr. Christopher, I just went to the doctor and he told me I no longer need to be on high blood pressure medication. My blood pressure is fine, and I no longer have hemorrhoids. I don't have to wear that belt anymore. And so at the end of that story, Dr. Christopher said, cayenne pepper is amazing, and never overlook a good thing, no matter how simple it is. So again, this is just something that I just have found as I've followed my fascination, and it's also a great catalyst for other herbs. So what Dr. Christopher called cayenne pepper food for the heart. And he said, like, if you just gave a person herbs to try to remedy something, an ailment, he said that may take 2 or 3 months to heal a cure with an herb. And he said, but if you had cayenne pepper to it, in 2 weeks, it would accomplish what would take months to do. So this is just something I wanted to share with you. You may find some value in studying up on it some more for yourself. And I also wanted to share with you what I've read from Dr. Christopher and Dr. Schultz about how much to take. And they recommend starting with 1/16 of a teaspoon and then working your way up to an entire teaspoon, up to 3 times a day in a glass of water. And if you do it this way, it's not really that hot by the time you're working your way up to a teaspoon. And I just like to shake it up this way. This seems to be the easiest way to do it. You can stir it too. And there you have it. It's good stuff. And I also like to take the tincture and add it to my water. I carry this around in my purse. This is 250,000 heat units. And this is Dr. Schultz's from the American Botanical Pharmacy. And so this is just one of the things that I do, and just wanted to share with you this little bit of information. So from all of us at juicerecipes.com, we thank you for visiting our website, and we just hope you'll stay tuned for more videos to come. And from all of us at juicerecipes.com, have an awesome day.